Good everyone. Today we'll be talking about the periodic table. Although I won't do like the history, I won't talk about the history, I won't go to those parts, but I'll just give you a little secret on the periodic table, especially those who will be writing their jam, so that if you have anything related to this, you will know that this is how you got the answer and this is how it's supposed to be. So, in the periodic table, we have the S block, we have the block, let me just use that. And the block, we have the S, we have the P, we have the D, and we have the F block. These are the block we have in the periodic table. And if you talk about the shell, we have the K shell, we have the L, we have the M, we have the N, we O, and general formula for that is 2n squared, whereby we place K as 1, L as 2, N is 3, M is 3, N is 4. And you can easily say 2, we put 1 here, we place it as n, square it. That will give us 1 square, that's 1. 2 times 1, that will be 2. So automatically the K orbital or the K share, please, not orbital, is 2. Whenever we talk about share, you deal with K, L, M, N. And if you hear the word orbital, just like we're talking about the S orbital, the P orbital, the D orbital, and the F orbital. The periodic table, this is how it looks like, something like this. Then we have yeah, something like this. This is how our periodic table look like. And there's something I want you to know there. The periodic table is divided into group and period. We have the group and we have the period. This is how a periodic table look like. This is the S block, this is the P block, this is the D, this is the F block. We have group 1 to group 18, and we have period 1 to period 7. But we can also say we have group 1 to group 8. Just that if I add the transition elements or the transition methods, we will now say from group 1 to group 18. But on the norm, we have 8 group and 7 period. The period, they are arranged horizontally, while for the group they are arranged vertically. So this part is talking about group, while here is talking about period. There are a lot of things you need to know about this shape. For example now, you notice that hydrogen, most periodic table dey put hydrogen in a special box, in a special position in the periodic table. The reason is that hydrogen behave like an alkali metal, e also behave like a halogen, which is group 7 in the periodic table. So, but the main work, the reason for this class is just for you to know some hidden secret about the periodic table. So let me just give you a periodic table for the first 20 elements. We have group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, group 7, and group 0. You have your hydrogen, then you come here to write your helium. We have our lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and calcium. For the mnemonics, can just say he has large brain but cannot offer full 9 subjects. Many art students put several complaints about passing chemistry. But there's another simpler one whereby we say, hello, hello, listen. BBC News on Friday night. Some men are selling potatoes, so come and pay cash. So that's just it. uh there are a lot of things you will know, you are expected to know before your jam, before your WAEC exam, most especially your jam and your WAEC exam. Or being a chemist, there are a lot of things you need to know about this periodic table. For example, I said we have the periodic table, we have the block and the which is the block, which I call them orbital. We have the S orbital, P orbital, D orbital, and F orbital. And for the shell, we have K, L, M, N shell. For example, in the periodic table, we have I use a formula called 288 18 18 32 32. That's just the formula I use. And this formula here is talking about the share, please, not the group. The first share, or let me use the, the the period, because when we advance, notice that period and share number, they are talking about the same thing. In the periodic table, if you look at this closely, I just said 288 18 18 32 32. If you look at this closely, notice that we have hydrogen here. So these are period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4. Please, hydrogen, helium. So in the first period, how many elements are you seeing? 2. Second period, how many elements are you seeing? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next one, we have 8, we have 18, we have 18, we have 32, we have 32. This place is 18. The third period, the fourth period is 18. It's because of the transition block, which is the D block, transition element. And the other one is 32 because of the inner transition element, which is the F block. So let's come to this side. Now, whenever you hear valence electron, your mind should go to the group. And whenever you hear share number or number of share, your mind should go to the period. For example, if you look at hydrogen is 1, helium is 2. Let's talk about let's say carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So automatically I can say carbon has the atomic number of 6. That's its atomic number represented as carbon 6. So this is our carbon now. If you want to write, if you want to drug the share, you say the first share has 2 electrons. Now the second share, it has the maximum of 8 electrons. And if you subtract 2 from 8, we have 4 electrons. And if you subtract 2 from 6, we have 4 electrons remaining. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The first thing that will come to your mind, if you are able to draw the structure correctly, the first thing that will come to your mind is how many share is present? We have 2. So share number is 2. Then how many valence electron? Whenever we talk about valence electron, it means number of electron in the outer shell. So how many valence electron is present? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 valence electron. So I just told you that whenever you talk about shell, your mind should go to the group. So automatically I can say this, your mind should go to the period either. Whenever we talk about share, it's period, valence electron, that is group. So if you look at this close, you notice that if the share number is 2, automatically is in period 2. And if the valence electron is 4, automatically it is in group 4. So let's come to this side to confirm. Carbon is in group 4, yes, and it's in period 2. So that's just how it is. Now let us try the one of magnesium. Magnesium is 12. So let's say Mg12. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you have something like this, I can't add 11, 12 to this one because I just told you, I gave you a formula. The first share is 2, second 8, 8, 18, 18, 32, 32. This arrangement, this is for short, this is for long, for short, very short please, very short, this is for long, and this is for very long. So if you have something like this 288 18 18, if you are asking your exam that which period is or what's the short period, just know that we are talking about period 1 is very short, period 2 and 3 is short, 4 and 5 is long, 6 and 7 is very long. But period 7 most of the time is, it has a 17 element. This number of elements that is there as well. So it has 17 elements. So we can also say 288, 1818, 32, 17. And if the period 7 had 17 elements, we call it the incomplete period. So we have a very short period, we have a short period, we have a long period, a very long period, and incomplete period. So these are some of the things you need to know in the periodic table. So now let's come back to this. We have how many shares there? We have 3 shares. And how many valence electron? How many electron is in the outer shell? We have two. So we have two valence electron. So if you look at this closely, 3 share, two valence electron is in period 3 and is in group 2. So let's come to this side. Magnesium is in period 3 and is in group 2. So I want you to try this for the first 20 elements. Just try it if it will work for all. But I have already done that. It will work for all. And a lot of things you need to know about this, the valency, the ionization number, and lots more. Although in my next class, I'm going to deal with this in a deeper part of the periodic table, how the element was classified, the first person that classified the periodic table, the last person that classified the elements in the into period and the group. The person that arrange the elements in order of their increasing atomic mass, the atomic weight, the atomic number. So that's what we'll be dealing with in our next video. And please, if you find this video interesting, share it with your friends. And if you want to support me, please feel free. Please, I'm begging, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you and God bless you.